up, guys? I'm Craig. I'm the shop manager here at Tracy Lewis Performance. Thanks for stopping by for a tour. You're going to see some cool hot rods here and some of the builds that we got going on. We get cars shipped to us from all over the country to do our thing. We got Glenn Adams' beautiful 65 Mustang. He brought us in for some normal maintenance, and it turned out that his engine was wasted, so we need to pluck the engine out of here and give it some new life, make it run like a Mustang again. What a beautiful car this is. This is a car here that we have a lot of bloody knuckles over, and I'm sure a few choice words over the time. It's an Auburn. It's on an S10 chassis. It's a car that we built from scratch here pretty much. It's got a blown small block Chevy in it, which is awesome for this thing. You get on it, you hear the blower whine. Nothing like it. What a beautiful car this is. We did all the paint and assembly and just made it into what this beauty it is. As I said, we have a lot of engine builds going on here, and this is one you guys might recognize from a few years back. We did all the paint work on this thing and body work and basically brought it back to life, but this thing is beautiful. Brought in now for a new heart. It's got a straight six. It is an awesome car, and we're going to give it some new life. It had we took the straight six apart for this thing, and it had never been apart since 1957, which is a time capsule in itself. This is the straight six out of the 57 Chevy, and this is in the disassembly area for us to evaluate everything, but it's getting ready to go to the machine shop to get hardened seats put in the heads, and the crank will get turned, and new set of pistons and new camshaft, and basically make it last another 50 some odd years or what have you. We even do some major builds. This is a Grudge race car, strictly drag racing. Heads up, first one to the finish line. We're just doing some mock-up work right now, but it's going to have a turbocharger on it. We got to fabricate the whole front end to mount the radiator and all that stuff here, and we're putting a roll cage in it. And this thing should hopefully go out and win this guy some money. You might have seen this thing on our page a few times. This thing's a beautiful piece of machinery. Got one of our patented catch can systems on here. We did the blower install and some tuning. As it says here in the front, it's host equipped. You know, back in the day when you had host equipped on there, that would mean it was going to jam some gears, but this thing is totally awesome. It's in here right now for one of our neck snapping clutches. That way it'll really get some attention to the drag strip. Just the color and the look of this thing says mean right from the beginning. We got a 98 Trans Am here. Been sitting around for a while. Got an LS engine in it. Has a couple 100,000 miles on it. It's been sitting for quite a while, so it's going to need some love to get it back together, but we're up for the challenge. This is the engine out of the Trans Am. As you can see, it's pretty nasty, and it's got a couple 100,000 miles on it, but I took it apart in our disassembly area here, and we'll get it all cleaned up, and it'll be like brand new before you know it. This is the day where all the action happens. You find out how much our hard-earned work makes for power. This is our chassis dyno we do in-house. We do a lot of tuning, whether it be normal carbureted stuff or EFI stuff or whatever ECU you have. We can certainly take care of all the tuning for you. Even if you just want a little bit of better gas mileage out of your daily driver, we can probably do some tuning and get you really dialed in. This Belvedere, we've done quite a bit of work to. We just did a transmission job on that and did a custom carburetor for it, and now it's ready to go on the rollers here and figure out how much power it has. The 3rd Gen Camaro here. This was brought into us for us to do some tuning and carburetor work and fuel system stuff. This thing's really nice. You just have to dial everything in and get it going good. We originally built this engine for this customer here a few years ago, and he's just getting the car done. The 383. A little bit of street driving, some bracket racing. We do final assembly on some of our custom carburetor stuff. These are our own billet meter blocks. This is from our sister company, TRC. Also in this bay, we do the engine builds. This is some of the stuff that's getting ready to get cleaned up, and this will go back together for final assembly. It's a 632-inch nitrous motor. Should make about 1,200 horsepower before we get to the bottle. We got the 289 stuff out of the Mustang. That's all here getting evaluated. We'll put some new pistons in there and clean everything up, and it'll be like brand new to go another 40 some odd years, 50 years. We have quite a few engine builds coming up here, and this is for a marine application, small block Chevy, old school type stuff. Got some V6 cores here that we're getting ready to go through. Some of them are going to be stock, some of them are going to have forged internals. Old style big block Chevy stuff, 454 that we're going to build for a customer here. Another marine 454 over here that we're building for a guy. V6 stuff. A couple of core V6s here that we're working on. Come apart, figure out what's wrong with them, and make them much better for the next customer. This car came to us all the way from Texas. We put one of our sister company's carburetors on here. It's one of our custom billet carburetors that we make here in-house. This is a Grudge race nitrous car. We're gonna putting some big nitrous to it and tuning it on the chassis dyno. It'll be doing wheel stands before you know it. All right, we got a Miata here. A Miata with a Corvette LS2 engine in it. This thing is a ball to drive. We just built this engine here about a week or two ago, and it turned out that the guy had some transmission problems. We had to take the transmission out and rebuild the transmission. But this thing's set up for like a road race application, but he drives it around the street every day, and I can tell you, even at par throttle, this thing will scare the hell out of you. Well, you've seen all of our stuff. I think they coined the phrase from MTV Cribs or something like that, that you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We're going home for the evening. Have a good day.